Ah, boy, it's Friday. Oh, boy. Gee, Willie, it's Friday. What are we going to do? I don't know, Ollie. If I had enough money, we could buy that radio-controlled airplane at the store. Gosh, Willie, that's so expensive. We can't afford that. Maybe we can build our own. Hi, Thomas. How are you? I posted my picture and just a little bit ago. And somebody wrote underneath that blasphemous. So I looked up blasphemy. It's to curse, profane, or talk irreverently about God. Huh. So that's blasphemy. Me with a picture in my yard with the tree. People are something else. Hi, Max. And it's Friday, you're alive. Thomas, you're cheating death, man. Better stop messing with them trees. You don't want the tree to have the last word now, do you? Hi, Debbie. How are you? So somebody said I'm blasphemous because I posted that on my YouTube post. I said, it's Friday. Weather is cool. God is good. I was acknowledging it's Friday. God gave us cool weather. How is that blasphemous? Oh, it's this. It's what I'm wearing. No, Thomas, you're right. I don't cry about it. It just blows me away. Seven Dust, I'll have to check that out. Bree, I love this color. Thank you. Hey, I just saw this guy just before I came live. That's Seth, the ice cream guy, the toilet seat guy. And he's got an AI hand acting like it's slapping him, and he's going, ooh, ah, ee, ah. I'm not hating on him, but why? His channel's a trip. It's a trip, and I'm not hating. That's his thing. I didn't even leave a comment today. They do, Bree, they pay him. Man, pay me the money. Pay me the money so I can be a YouTube bum. YouTube, man. I want to be a YouTube man. And that's something. They really do pay for crap. I gotta go vote tomorrow in our local election for our governor to be. Gosh, I hope they don't hire in a Democrat. Please don't. We did have a good governor with Kemp. He's better than most. He gave us a break on our property taxes. He gave us a cut when the gas went up under Biden. He cut the state taxes for a while, so give us a break. Yeah, that is the toilet seat guy. Bree and Thomas, what are your thoughts? I don't hate him. I don't. But how is it that people pay him? That's right, Max. Hi, Colette. Oh, I'm sorry, Colette. Lord, we pray for Colette. Please put your hand of strength and healing on her. Help her to feel better, God. Strengthen her. We pray that you give her your peace. Thank you for my sister in New Zealand that she's involved with us. And she's by herself, God. And I just ask that you give her the strength. She's a warrior, living alone, out in the country. And we just pray that you keep your hand on her, God, in Jesus' name, and heal her soon. Amen. Colette, we love you. Bree, you're right. They will. And in me, Oh no. No, no, no. I mean, some people have donated in modest donations. That's cool. You know, I've never made enough on this channel to live for a month, ever. I mean, I do this because I like it. A lot of people get dollar signs when they got on YouTube. I don't. It would be nice, but I don't. All right, I need more oil in here. Oh, it's so cool outside, you guys. I love the cool weather today. Today I didn't even have the fan on at the pack table. It was nice. Our supervisor of First Fridays grilled burgers and hot dogs and all that. He had regular hamburgers on the grill and then cheeseburgers, and I had a cheeseburgers without the bun. I had the lettuce. He cooked some mushrooms and onions, and it was good. Had some watermelon and honeydew slices. It was nice to be fed like that. A nice lunch. But I'm making my dinner, so bear with me, please. Same old thing, mac and cheese and the good old bird's eye steamables. Ah, come on now. Such a gay bag. Well, that's not going to work. You know what? I got a better idea. I might dump them in there and be smart. These are the best. These are the best. If I can get Seth off of there. No, I don't hate Seth. He's just bizarre. See, these are the good ones. Water chestnut, nuts, good broccoli, bird's eyes. I think bird's eye is one of the better frozen vegetables. Great value at Walmart. Sucks. It's got too many stalks in it. I hate that. I hate it, hate it, hate it. Instead of broccoli, you get stalkly. Then you bite down and there's something hard, and yeah, it doesn't set well with me. I shall be right back. I need to, I don't know what it is, but this top itches me on the back there for some reason. I'm going to switch it out. Might have to do with the fact that this is a polyester mix. I just do better with cotton, I'll tell you. Supposed to be a rain event all day tomorrow. Oh, Colette, you saw it this morning? Yeah, 42,000 views. I was like, whoa, that jumped. It does that. It'll be dead for a while, like 3 to 8,000. But that, I was looking and I saw like 330. I was like, dang. People like intensity, man. The tractor trailer pulled up to deliver stuff and I went and got the forklift. Don't even know the guy. Black driver got off the truck. He said, good morning, sir. And he looked at me and says, good morning. You seem like you're kind of intense. Now, that's not a normal greeting. I said, I do? Is that a bad thing? He said, no, you just have an intense look. I said, well, I guess I've been told that all my life. I said, I live in my head a lot. And it's just weird that he said that. Yes, Ricky. Hi, Matt. Typical Tiffany, be careful driving. Don't be looking at your phone now. Hi, Susie in London. Hi, Samuel. How are you? Got my laundry done. Cleaned out my vacuum cleaner. I'll tell you a little secret about the South. I got one of those vacuums. It's got the plastic see-through where you can see all the stuff spin. I love that because you can see what you're picking up. It's a little upright. In the South, you, Matt, Shannon, and you cannot leave anything stinky in a wastebasket. You vacuum a few times, you need to dump out all that. My house, I keep it smelling good. I notice in the South here, your kitchen garbage, like in Colorado, so it's dry, right? You can throw some in the trash, you ain't gonna notice it. Here, the next day, your kitchen will smell like whatever you threw in there. I have my vacuum in the closet. After it's been used a few times, it'll be like, it's weird. You gotta, the South, because of the humidity, it just brings out the odor in everything. The headliner on your car and truck will start to do this if you leave your windows down at night. I don't, but the headliner of my truck has been stretched. I bought it used here. You gotta put up your windows. Hi, Bridge. How are you? Hey, we all need fellowship, Shannon. Welcome. You're at the right place. Oh, I can't do that, Colette. It'll plug up the vents. I always spray my dehumidifiers off so it didn't get sucked up in the air intake. It'll clog up those fins. Hi, Gary. So I posted this picture on my YouTube. I got home, showered, to my laundry, went in the yard and took a nice picture. I put, it's Friday, it's cool weather, God is good. Some guy wrote blasphemous. I looked up the word blasphemy, to profane, to be rude about God. Thank you. And I'm like, blasphemous. You sorry children out there that don't know what a word means. Blasphemy is when you deny Jesus Christ and you say that the Pharisees were guilty of it. Jesus was doing miracles because he's God. And they were saying he was doing it by the power of Satan. And Jesus said, all sins will be forgiven except blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. And whether people have a problem with my dressing, this is not blasphemy. It is not. It has. And I sent it to Tina today because I transplanted. And I heard her say, I said, what are you doing? She goes, I'm going to pull this. I said, no, don't. There's this little sprig. I said, I transplanted that. She goes, oh, I thought it was a weed. I said, it is not a weed. I sent it to her and she sent the text. Wow, if I hadn't said anything to you, I would have had it pulled out of the ground. I said, I would have cried. She goes, that thing's really grown up. Yes, Shannon, exactly. Using God's name in vain. That's right, Bridge. I like the way Bridge puts that. Talking. But it's accurate. It's accurate. I go to the stores and I like to find the juices. This is a good juice. This is peach mango or apple mango. Oh, this is so good. No added sugars. And I like it. No sugar added, 120% DV and vitamin C. What is DV? Daily value vitamin C. Yeah, I mean, Bree, it just blows me away. Wearing a piece of fabric is the end of the world. Colette, there are such a thing as weeds, and I don't like them. You don't have to do anything to get weeds to grow. You have to work hard to get good things to grow. Hello, Haywood. Ricky, how are you? Hi, Sherry. Eat my dinner. We'll go stand outside. It's so cool. Bridge, I gotta try this week. Why is it when I have the green screen? I gotta try this week now. I gotta do it. They sent me the 3 bottles of Bubbly Burst. Oh, this is a mix. Now I got to figure out how to do this. Always fizz water before adding any flavor. I hope I can do this. I hope I can do this. Hello, Blondie. Hi, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, you stop talking about that loco weed. Susie. All right, Colette, you be careful. I hope you're all right. Hi, Bonnie. I know, Bridge. I'm a man. I need help. Tarzan. Ah, where's my Jane? Got it. Yeah, it's got the little bottle in here. Hey, Carl. I know animals can be special to people. I grew up a little different. We had dogs, cats, goats, guinea pigs, hamsters, rabbits. One time I even had a dang hermit crab in a saltwater tank that went. My dad caught somebody, my sister, somebody caught a dang, what the heck was it called? It's a sea slug, and when it gets pissed, it squirts purple ink. They thought it was a good idea to put in my tank. And my sister got home from school before I did and saw the tank was all black, squirt ink and killed everything. I'm like, maybe not get the sea slug next time. Goldfish are hardy. Thank you, Bruce. Was that the one I did this morning with 42,000 views? This isn't, Blondie, this is not the same. This Bubbly Burst, I don't drink any soda pop. That's just loaded with junk. This Bubbly Burst is good. So, Bridge, I gotta get cold water in here. Well, the tap water's reasonably cold. I guess that'll work. Carl, I'm sorry. I know. Well, you said you lost a friend the other day. Was it a person or was it your dog? Elizabeth, you're right about that. Got it, Bridge. My water's cold enough out of the faucet right now. PB&J's a trip. Bridge, can I put the lime in the coconut? Bridge, how have you been? Let's zero in on you for a minute. Hi, Molly. How are you? What is OG? Oh, got you, Carl. Okay. I know you would come in here. I didn't do a live last night. Bridge, classic. I guilted my sisters. You can afford to give me a liver, now do it. Well, thank you, Bree and Bridge. I hope everything goes good and smooth. Oh, Original Gangster Olive Garden. If you are sure, I've never eaten at Olive Garden in my life. Never eaten at a Fazoli's. I do not go to Target. I stay out of Ross. I stay out of Christopher Mays because all the stores that my ex-wife went to, I want nothing to do with that stuff. Nothing. I don't like Target anyway. Target is gay. Chance, if you start looking around, I believe I was pointing on this morning. When you start looking at America as a mental health facility, then it all starts to make sense. Most people, something's not working. Can I show you a photo? Because it's public. This guy was working with me. A little odd. He'd suddenly stop and go, and do weird things. Somebody said that the foreman's stereo went missing, and they were kind of wondering if he did it in the shop. I don't know if he did. The foreman wasn't happy, so they sent him down to me. I had to keep telling him to stop doing certain things like dusting parts up in the pro mains. I said, you only clean what we pull. There's dust will always be in here. And he didn't show up at work a week ago. And I'm like, what the heck? He rode his bike from a shelter downtown, and he was faithful to come, and he started to get it, and he was actually starting to help me. But this was his mugshot, and I'm not going to keep it up for long. But what really creeped me out is you can't see it, it cuts it off. His eyes in that mugshot looked outright evil. And I never saw that when he was there. And we were talking because somebody said, well, he kept asking, Mike, what happened? I said, I don't know. I said, he shows up every day and been on time. He said it takes him 3 hours to ride his bike from downtown. It was like 3 hours? It's only 4 miles. I said, look, he moves like this, man. He's 40-something years old. And, yeah, it's all over the dang. The eyes do tell, and I'm going to get that out of here. But, you know, I was shocked. Very shocked. And this, I want to find this person because that'd be a good girlfriend for my 11-year stalker. They need to hook up. Actually, he needs to hook up with Femyaz. They'd be a great pair together. That's good, Blondie. No, and my supervisor, he got in big trouble with the law. And he got this job and he became supervisor and he's cleaned up his act. So he allowed this job, let this job turn him around. And we hired a lot of people who just got out of jail. We hired a black woman. I trained her. She wasn't real go-getter, hard at it, but she was always polite and nice to me. I was told that she was fired from the Laugh Chalk for assaulting another employee. I said, dude, where are you getting these people? Straight out of the jail? I mean, are you pulling up a bus over there and saying, get on? That's me in the photo. That's me in the spotlight, scaring all the women. Look at that cleavage. Look at that face. Man, how can you not love somebody like that? I love this. Didn't Femios do that? His were black. Birds of a feather, man. Hello, Dana. How are you? One is Mardi Gras beads, and the other one's a long necklace that, here, I'll get this off. Oh, I forgot to tell Ponda. She told me to. This is a long necklace that I fool around with stuff sometimes. It's a long necklace, and all I do is I fold it once. Oh, LPS just came through the neighborhood again. And I just cross it over and make my own design. Yeah, that's why him and Andrew, my troll, need to get together. They'd be a perfect match. I'm not coming to the wedding, but I'll send them a bag of cement or something as a condolence. Dana, how are you? And welcome to the channel. I talk about everything. We're never dull. I dress unique. And people think this or that, but hang on. You'll be pleasantly surprised. Oh, it's beautiful. Let me finish my chow. We'll go outside. It's starting to get dark. Hey, Bridge. I can't have the bun and all the fixings because of allergies. First Fridays, our supervisor cooked us a lunch on the grill. Hot dogs, onions, mushrooms, and burgers, grass-fed, non-GMO, all that. And he put cheese on them. And I have 4 cheeseburgers. Nobody told me I was pretty, but I had 4 cheeseburgers today. People are looking at me going, man, you put away that food for a little guy. I said, y'all see my energy? I get about 4 miles per gallon here. He grilled for all of us. He did it for the whole warehouse and the office. Hi, Liz. How are you? Carl, that'd be awesome. Get a cement truck. We'll make them a cement bed and they can lay in it and we'll just float it out in the middle of the ocean and say, oh, forgot to tell you, everything's fine until it gets choppy on the ocean. Then things don't go so well. You better have your bucket ready and start bailing. I do not have any love in my heart for either one of those two, and I'm not going to make any bones about it. The hatred that these people dish out is getting old, and it needs to stop. I wouldn't have known either one of these two. Let's until they started buzzing around like pesky flies. Femios is just terrible. He claims he's a girl. He's a 20-something-year-old boy who's either trans or cross-dressing or whatever, and he lives in Mama's house, and said, there's channels actually talking about him. He was guilty of harassing a teen boy years ago and bullying him on the internet. He should have been arrested for that. And he said he's scared to death at the idea of getting a real job. So he works his YouTube super chat so he can just make money and never have to go to work. Man, if they brought that boy in the warehouse for 1 week, I'd love to see him walk in the door, and I would just look at him and say, well, well, well. Guess who gets to train you today? You won't even make it through the day. Sport. He couldn't do it. Because you can be a male, but you may not be a man. He's been doing lives, making rude comments to me. Other people have told me about it. I don't watch any of that stuff. Supposedly there's several channels ripping on me. I don't care. And then I noticed that some of their followers were coming to the chat and saying, hey, he's talking about you, so we'll go back and watch your friend. I don't care. Let him give advertising for me. We've actually gained a few people because of that. I got to think like the Apostle Paul. They mean it for harm, but hey, some of them might be curious, come over and say, wow, this guy's pretty cool. What seems to be the problem here? What's the advice? I struggle with it. We got two that are just jerkosauruses. One's black. He's just a couple of years older than me. He's just a cantankerous grouch. And he'll say hi to all the brothers and the sisters. He's nice to management because he kisses up to them. Me? He's an idiot. I've never even done anything to him. He doesn't like me because I work my butt off and I don't kowtow to his bull crap. I'll grab a steel cart with steel tires with product on it, and he'll step aside when I'm coming because he hates the noise of that thing, and I just love the racket that it makes. So that's just what I do. Oh, I knew somebody who had scoliosis a long time ago when I was in school. That's why. Dana, that's right. He's the only one that can heal. He's the only one that can heal. Hey, Ida, welcome. That's good news. That's good news. Well, the Kentucky Derby's still going on. Avita, oh my gosh. 5 minutes? 5 minutes to pick it up. Are you serious? Oh my gosh. There's too many people across the street doing their burn barrel staring, so I'm going to move into the backyard. There's a weird group of people over there. Burned out house. They finally got it fixed after years, and they sat out in lawn chairs watching me redo the front porch. I had torn down a wall and then closed it in and put in a window, studded frame, tar paper, everything. And they pulled out lawn chairs to watch me. They'd never seen anybody work like I do. And yeah, it's weird. Churchill Downs, wow. Is it cruel? I mean, they don't beat the horses. My coworker's so lazy, 5 minutes. I talked about that this morning, and it obviously hit a nerve with a lot of Americans because I said every man and woman has a work experience. There's always those heads that get away with everything. They're the worst employees. They get all the praise, and they get all the people sucking up to them, and they're the worst. They're the liabilities. And then the guy tells a story today. Our supervisor was in CVS yesterday, and the guy that's is 2 years older than me, ham son running his mouth. That must be a new one. And the old guy went into CVS, and my supervisor was in there, and he heard somebody yelling. He came around and saw the guy yelling at the pharmacy lady. And she said, you need to enter your info into the tablet. No, I'm here to get my drugs, and my drugs are prescribed, and you better do it. That BP thing going on, privilege, And he told me about it, and he mentioned it in the break room to all of us at lunch. And that this guy thinks he can talk to anybody any old way he wants. When he calls me, he yells at me like I'm a damn dog, and I thought, he does it again, I'm going to walk, and I'm going to keep on walking. Hey, I'm talking to you. When you stop talking to me like I'm a dog, I'll listen to you. Till then, I'm not going to listen to you. You're dealing with the wrong person, bro. I'm not from here. I don't fear you. Show respect or don't talk to me. Goodbye. These people need us to stand up to them. Yeah, it takes time for me to get there, but I've had enough. People have a funk about them, and they try to be oppressive and dominating. It's like, you go ahead and be that way, but don't do it to me. I'm here to work, not play your little psychological bullcrap. I go to Baptist church too, Dana. Oh, did you hear that Candace Owens is getting sued? Somebody's suing her for defamation. She's been making false statements about Erica and others, and somebody took out a huge lawsuit on her. Good. You know what? And she's a grifter. These YouTube people that are getting on here saying whatever they want to say, they need to be held accountable. Are those mosquitoes coming after me again, and blood-sucking leeches? Of course, I'm not exactly prepared for skeeters. Yeah, you can tell a lot about it, people, if they're acting like that at work. Yeah, I've thought that. Can you imagine what they're like at the house? He's married, and we had a Dominican Republic girl who lives literally around the corner here. She started working there. Supervisor gave her to me. First day she was okay. Next day she played bossy butt and got huffy with me. I said, excuse me, you're in training and I'm trying to show you how. Well, I've done this before and I worked at Bridgestone. Well, but this is the way we do it, okay? And I went up to him and I said, this ain't gonna work. She wants to dominate and doesn't want to follow directions. So she was there a few days. Then she got into it with the shipping clerk. He said, man, what is her problem? I said, she wants to play bossy butt. And he goes, I ain't going to put up with that. I said, oh, she went out. She's not pulling the pigtails. She's out there helping Krabby, which is her friend. Now get this. That old guy is married to his black wife, but they all go over there and drink beer together, and they all met at the liquor store in the neighborhood here. She said, that's like the community center. And I'm thinking, what's a grown man doing hanging with a single 40-something-year-old woman with his wife? I'm sorry. It's just, that's off. That's off. And, I believe if I'm married, I don't believe a single woman should be in my house hanging out with me. I just don't think it's right. Oh, it's beautiful now, Dana, but this is Georgia. At the end of this month, it'll be hotter than a skillet out here. Be humid and wet. The grass is going to come back. We got a little rain. It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. And I just painted this. Got my house all salad. Bridge, you didn't see this. Look at that. Salamander green. I got rid of the gray, and I love it. I did the sides, and they come out nice. I'm going to do some more touch-up, but that'll probably wait until the fall. I do my stuff in stages, but that came out really cool. That maroon, and then that jazzy red with salamander green. I love it. Totally changed the house. There's a Jamaican guy that lives around the corner. Man, I like the color, man. He said, we need to do that. I said, I wish we'd get everybody in the neighborhood to do that. People drive down here and go, wow, look at all the pretty colors. I think it'd be fun. This house was nasty looking when I bought it. It was white with mildew all down the siding. Thank you, Bridge. But yeah, Bridge, I don't, people just think it's okay to be free and open and all that. And, if I date a woman, I'm not interested in sharing her with another man. That's where I draw the line. You got male friends that are so important to you, then you don't belong with me. Because when I was married for 14 years, when I decided to marry her, I dropped every one of my women friends, all of them. And they got mad. Why can't we just be friends? I said, well, because I had an interest in you when we were just friends, and now that I'm married, I don't need distractions. I believe in that. Everything be all right, man. He's very cool. He's the one that has the truck that, oh my gosh, he still drives it around too. Still drives it around. Where are we here? This is his truck. He sells at the flea market. Totally crushed the bed. I thought when that tree fell on it, the axle, I thought all the springs and everything would be broken. They got the tree off. He fired up. I said, you got to be kidding me. I said, you'd be great for a Ford commercial. He looked and he go, man, it still run. I drive till no good. He's right, literally within eye view of me. See, Bridge, and I appreciate that. You honor your man, and I appreciate that. And I don't flirt with Bridge because she's taken. Bridge is a very beautiful woman, but I'd be appropriate to her. And, it's, I have my struggles with things. I do. I've been alone for so long. I don't know if I could be married. Marriage is hard because the minute you take two people and bring them together, let me make it very clear, the devil hates God and the devil hates marriage. And you take two people, and it's funny. It's when you're not doing what's right, you're living in sin, everything seems to work. And then the minute you decide to get biblical and you marry, then the powers of hell come after you and you can't get along and everything else. It's just, to me, it's crazy. That there is not a pine. I believe that one is a cedar. And those are pretty heavy. We had a lot of cedars and oaks. Not as many pines fell over here. Across the street, they're over 100 feet tall. And Tina and I were looking out the living room window, and they were going like this at the top. I said, those things are going to come down. But they didn't. The oak on that side of my driveway came down. And I heard it. It was the loudest crack. Hello, Chanel. Oh my gosh, Chanel is in the house. Hello, Big Curly. You're in the house. How are you guys? Yeah, a lot of these trees down here have a shallow root. The oaks, they all run along the ground. Yeah, Bridge, I was just going to say, that's why I shouted her out. Bridge is in here, Chanel. John, we get into our little habits. I am 60. I want a girlfriend. And here's the hard part. How do I live for God? You know, our culture has made it so easy to have premarital sex. God doesn't smile at it. He doesn't smile at it. And people come on here fussing about what I'm wearing, and I'm like, good grief. Let's actually talk about real holiness. And I haven't been holy in my past. Oh, I love maples. I miss those in Minnesota. They turn brilliant orange and red in the fall. I love maples. Maples are my favorites. It's one thing I'd like about New England is they have the most glorious falls in the U.S. The most glorious falls. And Scumbag of the Week award goes to this guy. Let's play how to try to assassinate a political leader and lose all of our freedom. And get School Teacher of the year before. Now you get Jailbird of the Year. Crazy. Dana, thank you. And thanks for coming, Dana. Hi, JM. At least you're honest. Is it Jamie? Why do I get your name wrong? Yes, you know what? I believe that. Hey, Summer. And I'm gonna lay it out there. And I'm not self-righteous. I've sinned. You know, I'm a stupid. If a girl wants to get intimate with me, I've not been the strong one and said, oh, we can't do this. I will say this, though. I'm less interested in having sex now. My problem is all the kissing and the making out, the touchy-touchy. I love that. Sex, that's different. You're really going for it with the sex. Because the Bible says when you become one, when you have sex, you're becoming one with somebody. It is part of the process. And that's why a lot of women get hurt, because it really is personal to them. But even some of us guys, I've been in relationships where I was really into the woman and she just wanted a wham bam, thank you, sir. And I hurt. Oh, my profanity's horrible. We had to go into a container today and pull these dang storage racks out of it. And everybody goes in there and gets something, pulls the box off, throws the box on the floor. And we got raccoons and snakes and everything running loose on 26 acres. And it's a jungle. And you go to these containers, pull the doors open. I'm like, man, I hope there's not a water moccasin sitting in here waiting with my name on his face. And you're digging through all this stuff in the dark. And we got the one guy that's got BO every day. And I said, is this how your house looks, man? And he didn't answer. I said, because, man, everything you got is a mess, dude. And I said, and you did this. You made this mess in here. You throw the packaging off and left it all in here. I said, every time I go to these, I had to pull 50 mufflers. And I straighten things out, stacks everything. People go in there and look for stuff, and they throw everything everywhere like a bunch of kids. So this is the company's money. Why are you doing this? I don't know why they stored it out there. Some of the stuff is mildewing, and the boxes are rotting, and jeez. Different story. John, I like alone. They do suck. The older I get, I'm not going to be friends with anybody at my work. Ever. No. I got to count. I'd have to sit down and count what our total number is, but it's not a lot. And especially when Mr. B.O. told me today how much the company takes in annually, and I said, that much? I said, we should at least get a $3 an hour raise. He goes, Mike, they could pay us all $100,000 a year each and it wouldn't hurt them. I said, they ain't going to do that. I said, if they did, I'll put up with the bull crap. I'll work it hard for like 5 years and not at 60, Jamie. You know what bothers me about starting my own business is tax. I don't want to deal with the IRS and paying quarterly and all that. That stuff stresses me out. Hey, Dave, it was all right. Busy. It really sounds like you work for AutoZone. Oh, no. You're in one building. I tried 26 acres. I'll get a pig ticket. It'll say container 49. Where's container? Oh, it's all the way in the fence or the lower 15 acres. I'm like, man, I ain't going down there. They need to get the guy that takes the truck and goes and pulls the trailer up to the dock, and they have to pull everything off the truck to find it. Chanel, it's awesome to see you. You know what my problem is, Jamie? I'm in a rut. I don't want to start my own business. You got to get insurance. You got to get bonded. I got to buy all the tools. And if I make a mistake on somebody's house, I lose money and they could sue. People today, I don't want to go into somebody's house. No. I had some local people here hire me to do some little stuff, but no, it's not for me. Did the door, girl, let me take you on a tour. I did all this. Let's get the prisoner off of there. Hey, Bridge, look at this. Maybe you already saw it, Bridge. That's me. That's the girl I went stupid over for 4 years in Hong Kong. That's me in Hong Kong. I was sharing pictures the other day. Yeah. That there was in, that would have been 2010. Oh, she was. She was a twerp. She was a dang entitled twerp. And when I tried to immigrate her with a Russian immigration attorney in Spokane, it ran into problems. She'd tried to get to the U.S. in the 90s. An American couple that hired her and her friend in Singapore, she was denied. And that came up. I said, what do you mean you were trying to brought Well, they wanted to be brought me to Texas. I said, you didn't tell me all that. Anyways, I don't even want to go on about that. That's just water under the bridge. But yeah, that's her friends. The Laiwa Hotel. We didn't stay there. This is us on the Macau ferry. Yeah, I've had some exotic adventures, shall we say. Look at my Thomas Dolby glasses, man. But anyways, I'll show you the house stuff here. So I did the ceiling. This was a pain in the butt because, this is a 1953 house and there's a little bit of sag. And for me, by myself on a ladder, taking a 10-foot tongue and groove and to get it in the groove and get it up in there. Oh my gosh, it took me like 10 minutes. Down here was easier. You can see the slight slope. There's a slight slope, because this is old. I did all this. This was open to the front porch. This was all open. This was open. I put in this wall. You could see the front door used to be right here. This used to be the front door. There was so much draft and it was awful. I tore it out, put in this window, framed it out, took some of the old knotty pine and salvaged it and put it back up. This was the original here. It was fairly decent. It's got some scratches, but I did a sand and did a varnish and saved it. This was damaged, so I replaced it with new. And I just did an eclectic distressed and did my own rough moldings. And I did kind of a stucco style paint. There was some sag in the old sheetrock because they nailed it and I didn't want to drop all that. So I found the studs and I screwed it and it sucked the sheetrock up. And I hung this cabinet. I bought 40s for $50. 1950s house. He gutted everything and I heat gunned all the paint, the cockroaches and the grease. And I restored them and the hardware myself. And I did all this. I put in this wall. I took this door out of another room and repurposed it. Got to finish scraping it. That one I'm going to leave like that. I'll probably put a clear varnish over here and I might paint this in red. But this was an interesting house to deal with. And I did this room kind of like Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey train cars, colors. Yeah, and I did the clapboard siding. And I used some different stains. This room's a fun room, and you have a beautiful view of the backyard. Somebody could have their bed right here. But you don't need to see all my underwear drying. I redid this wall, and I made cubbies and put a mirror here. This is for shampoos and toiletries. I got to get a sink basin. I got to pull this off and hook up a drain there. I got a socket so the sewer gas don't come up. But I did all the new, my plumber hooked up these, but I ran all new hot and cold water lines. There's nothing under slab anymore. All the plumbing is brand new and Michael taught himself how to do it. But I can do stuff. But I get blocked mentally. This was all open to the front porch. This was all open. This was freezing cold. This place was something else. There was 3x3 carpet squares here. And it smelled. The neighbors that lived in the house next door told me that a couple kept breaking in here and having sex and just smoking all the dope they could smoke. Nice. My house was a flop house for losers because it sat empty so long. This room was the worst room in the house. It had rat damage and rat feces in the walls. I gutted, tore down the frame all the way around and redid it. I tore this entire wall down. The framing was bowed and I re-studded everything. And when I do my studs, I cut them just a little bit long. I angled them and I tamped them in so I know it's holding. And I even used recycled stuff, the 4x4 that held up a overhang over the front door that was all rotted. I salvaged the 4x4s, used it as a header above the door. Oh yeah. This was Tina's room and she loved it. She had a huge 4-poster bed right here. It took up the whole room. I built the closet for her before she came. Hung this little cabinet. And yeah, I restored that. I had fun, man. Fun. 3 cabinets out of the 4. This was the other one I hung here. And I got a hood vent. It's a ductless. It just recirculates. But I didn't plan. This is the only problem I had. Had a very hard time cutting the steel, so it's bent here. But it's not like your eye's going to focus. But I put the corrugated metal roofing in here as I like it. It's good backsplash and fireproofing. And I did this. It's a 1930s door I bought from, what is the name of that area of Augusta? I bought it from a lady for $10. Spent 4 hours heat gunning all the layers of paint. And when I get into that, you can smell the mildew as you get into layers. It's like, and it's gone now. I mean, I got to clean off the brass knob, but I built a full pantry by myself. I mean, these are strong shelves. You can put a couple hundred pounds on these shelves. But use the leftover wood that was out of the house here. This, I just closed this off. I left this open. I'll have an access door. And I'm going to have this is the old safe. This used to be here. First week I was here, I took the skill saw and I took the corners, was rotted, dead mice. There was a dishwasher. It was no good. The fridge didn't work. I went to knock it over and pull it out of the house. Dead rat fell out. This place was disgusting. There are no rats in here. I've redone every wall. I've opened every wall. Everything. Wow, Bree. But I did a lot of things. I did eclectic in my dining room. Used leftover woods, added a dab of color, and just made a collage. I did all my own window casements. I had new windows put in, and I did my own. Put insulation in so no more draft. And I did all this, and I even, I'm a guy, and I even came up with some motif that goes with everything. Save this door. This used to be here. I tore out this wall, redid it. And got that at the flea market. It's fun. But thank you, Dana. And this is my African American art contribution, seeing as I live in a 53% black city. These guys are offering everything that they own to God, which is cool. The Cadillac, the house, the money. It's pretty cool. This was, I bought at Rose's flea market. That's a nude. This was a flea market. I thought that was cute because I work with school children, so I thought that was cool. And then this one is my favorite. That is a very cool picture. This is Harriet Tubman's Underground Railroad. All these I found. And look, fridge. I mean, bridge, you can have your own fridge. It's a toy fridge. Speckled with rust, found out at the flea market. This is an India bookshelf I bought. This thing is extremely heavy. No particle board. This is a rare India exotic wood. This is the last cabinet I'm working on. You can see it. It's pretty nasty, and I'm stripping it down, and it'll be done. I'm not sure where I'm going to put that, but I need to get that done. I'll do that in the winter when it's cold. Take it out on the front porch and heat gun it, because I do it in the house. Heat gun makes the smoke alarms go off with the smell of burning paint. Look, bridge. If I get fat, I'm changing my name to Fudge. Look, Bridge, I finished. Bob Rules and Nene sent me this, and I finished building the Titanic. This I got for $5 at the flea market. It smelled like pee. $5. Brown ugly paint. I heat gunned it off, and there was this green stain. Stripped this, and I put a varnish and no smells. This came out cool. $5. I could probably put that in the store and get, what, 50 for it? I don't want to sell it. I like it. Thank you, just a friend, and welcome. This is the outside of the house. All this, the living room, all the way back to here was an add-on years later. The house ended right here. This house was this, the side room, that bedroom, and that bathroom, and this. 23 by 27 feet. I want that. I want the original footprint. The next place I move, I want a small house. I would be done so quick. I'd make it as green as I can make it. Insulate the stuff out of the attic. My utilities would be low. This is too much house for me. All this is too much. 2,100 square feet. And it's just too much. So, yeah. And I painted it like a London phone booth. I thought that was fun. That door was in rough shape. I did a lot of cleaning on that. Bree, no, right now I live here, but one of these days, if God moves and gives me a direction, yes. Hey, Firestick, welcome from the UK. Thank you, Bridge. But you know, it's bothering me, Bridge. I'm in a community and I have nothing here. I mean, I got some acquaintances. I called Jacqueline. She's a white gal. She's married. Her and Russ are very nice people. And they'll have me over, and relatives, they got an above ground pool. And man, I love to swim in the summer because I got a shade tree over it. You start off when the sun's on you with a t-shirt, and then as the sun moves, oh, it's fun. It's fun. Yeah, Blondie, that's right, because apartment rent is ridiculous. Apartment rent is how to get raped legally. It's just not right. It's not right at all. Why is this all crooked? Mainly because you put it that way. There we go. Better straighten up, bub. I'm going to move to my room. Bridge, but I don't have a direction right now. And until I have a direction, we don't do a thing. I have a job. I have a house. I have a church. The preacher preaches good word. And right now, I just watch the world. Folks, we may not have much longer in this world. We may not. The next thing on the prophetic calendar is the return of Christ. And that'd be okay by me. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for it. Delivered from my sorry self. I'm moving to my room, so your screen's going black. It is not a technical difficulty. Yeah. This is a big, big place for little me. And it took me a long time. That's why I'm still not done. Work full time. People think, oh, you go home from work and work on the house. No, I don't. I'm tired. I eat my dinner, listen to music, clean up. I work on my time off. And some weekends, because of this job, I haven't done that. We're getting into hot season. I won't be doing all this heavy work in the heat. Fall and spring is the best time. Winter. Bridge, I'm with you, man. And you know what? That's a good place to be. Because I've been blessed to stand in places that I never would have thought. Never would have thought. That's Hong Kong. Yeah. And, I'm glad I experienced it. Well, thank you, Bridge. But guess what? And I'm not playing victim here. Most of the women in this culture don't find me attractive. You look at what a lot of the women choose in our culture, it just blows me away. And I'm sorry to say this, but I could go to Manila. I could go to the Philippines, and if I didn't have a girlfriend within a week, and I wouldn't even have to try, I could ride the jeepney. I could be walking, and somebody would be making eyes. Somebody would be saying, "Do you have a girlfriend?" It's just the way it is. Our culture's different. Everything's different. Blondie, as we get older, the heat and extremes is too much. I lived in Minnesota, 35, 40 below, 50 below. Look at that bridge. That's me on the ferry coming from Llama Island holding her. She was all of 90 pounds. I was so in love with her that she was quite high maintenance. Bridge, and you know what? This is the thing people don't realize. We're not perfect, but that's how we know we're in Christ. Why what, Molly? Why what? I did a video on the ferry that I rode from Lantau to Hong Kong, and this is one of the still shots. Hong Kong Harbor. Did I end it? Yeah, she ended it. I told her to get out of my flat, and that's it. Molly, I don't know. Petite, slender women that I'm into have no interest in me. Black, white, none of them. I'm looked at by Asian women more than anybody else. And here, guess what? Not a lot of that. I'd probably pick the worst place to meet Asian women. And I didn't move here for that reason. I've been open to dating black. I'm open to dating my own race. But they're not in it. I mean, I've said it here. We talked about ghosting. Women will they like the channel, then they want to know my Discord, then they want to give me their number, and we'll have a couple. Why does this thing look like a dang pentagram? This is out of here. I'm noticing that. I'm going, no. Oh, okay, there's a trick to this, Mike. You got to remove one to remove the other. Do not want a pentagram on me. So, they chat a couple times. I've never been inappropriate to them. And then they disappear. And then a month will go by and they'll come in the chat, not on a text. Oh, Mike, I'm sorry I haven't gotten back to you. I've been so busy. And I learned something, and I think Bridge would agree with me. That it's some sort of a game. They want to act like they're into me, but then they do it in the chat room, but they'll not text me and say, I'm sorry. Something has shifted today. Shifted. Why? Because I'm a conservative, and most of them are not. In fact, they want guys with big money. I'm just pro no. Jaden, I got a question because you left a message. You said you were a 54-year-old woman, but I need help. Jaden's a guy's name, right? I mean, I've driven enough school buses over years. Every Jaden I knew was a guy. I looked in New England. I could not afford to live there. You got to have a college degree and pull down some big money. Property taxes. I got a friend up in New Hampshire, and his property tax, his house is smaller square footage than mine. His is split level. Property tax are near $10,000 a year. That's crazy. Your glass lens put right. Oh, good. Chanel, that's awesome. I just read that. And forgive me because I forgot about that. And when you said that, I'm like, yeah, we did pray. And I apologize. So much goes on with this chat sometimes. Oh, got you. That was wise. Good for you being proactive, Mom. A lot of crap on the internet for these kids. Lot of caca. That's me on the ferry. I loved riding the ferry back and forth. Oh, something about the ocean and a ship and Hong Kong just was something else. Looking out over the stern was my favorite. That's a video on that Sicko's channel that he uploaded when I took my channel down. It's like 45 minutes, and I did a video with my laptop on the back of the ship, and I put some very beautiful but melancholy music to it because I was going to be leaving Hong Kong to come back, and I was sad. I didn't want to come back, but I had to. I needed to get work and not drain my bank account and get it together after a failed romance. Man, I can relate to that song. Na 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 na. Bad romance, baby. Hello, Justice Jane. Hi, Charlene. How are you? Number 36. What's number 36? Are you 36, Justice Jane? That's good, Charlene. Bridge, I'm so glad you're in here, and I'm glad all you others are here too. Don't get me wrong. But Bridge used to be a regular, and just when she shows up now, it's like, wow. Da, 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 da. Hong Kong just had such an effect on me. People ask, would you go back there again? No, not today. Chinese pagoda behind me. I want to build one of those in the yard. I'm not going to, but I'd love to. I don't know how to make those curved beams. Oh, I'd love to make a screen porch to look just totally Asian. Paint it and everything and have it all screened and have tiki candles in there and just sit out there. Laugh at all the mosquitoes, go, ha ha, can't come in. Citronella. Bridge. Don't get compound W on any actual skin. Really? Ha ha, Jaden. That's awesome, though. At least you policed your kid. If I could have a perfect world, this would be what it is. I'd live on that. And I wouldn't have to worry about where to live. Don't like the neighbors, pull a banker. Bye. I could live on a ship. Oh my gosh. Bree. Hey, Tara, how are you? French comedian? Who's the French comedian? But there's something left from my childhood, and I want everybody to know. It's still there, and I've been on this many times as a kid. The Torrance, California Rocket Park, overlooking the huge city of Los Angeles. I've been on that thing. Something left from my childhood still played on by kids today. In my own heart, yes, Dana. I never went to sea that way, but I love the ocean. Is this Andrew again? Hey, Shauna, how are you? I smell Andrew in the chat. This is my dream house bedroom. I want that room for my bedroom. You can't see it because of the format. Those are pirate ship windows and they lean, the whole wall leans out. High ceiling, got a table with nautical charts, a built-in beautiful bed with the tapestry, the embroidered curtains that can be sashed back in the built-in bookcases, and the woodwork. Yes, Jaden. I'm like, you gotta be kidding. My quiet little Torrance made the news with a freak. Yeah, I'm thinking there's a certain name that rolled in here that's just giggly and he's about to deep six himself. If only Andrew would open his mouth and talk to these other people and answer some questions, but he's not going to do that. Hey, Mark, how are you? Thank you, Dana. Yeah, at one time we had so many mods, and Mob Rules is one of my moderators from Ohio, and he felt like a tail gunner in Vietnam. You remember those days, Bridge? Throwing people out of the room. But you know, the channel's grown and now it's got its own authority about it. We have to kick very few people out. Usually now I stare these people down and say, "What are you going to do, big guy?" And they end up leaving. Andrew doesn't have the guts. You could tear him up like a piece of chicken. Let's show this beautiful bean footage of a clown. That's Andrew grabbing his stuff as usual. He and Femiaz need to get together. They'd make a great couple. Both deranged beyond belief. I'm sorry, when you're stalking somebody for 11 years, you've got to be a mental case. And I'm going to say something. This guy's made death threats and talked foul and tough. I look at those arms, all flab. All of that is flab. That guy couldn't do my job. That guy could not do my job. He's a powder puff. He's a Pillsbury doughboy. That's it. I love the pictures I took on this ship. I'm on the second deck underneath the smokestack coming into Hong Kong. Loved it. And the music that was playing that I added to this video, it's just beautiful piano music and some keyboard. And it's haunting, and yet it fits. My life in Hong Kong's coming to a close. And yet there's a hint of, in the music, a hint of a grander era, like the beauty of the rooms in the Titanic, and I'm out at sea there, and there's a sadness on my face because I just want to be on the ocean. And, at that time, I didn't want to come back to the US. To be able to walk through the markets and grab my dinner on the way to my flat was awesome. Grab some potatoes from the old Chinese lady and some green onions and get a walk out, cook some Vietnamese catfish. I loved it. It's just a life, to live in a place like that. Hi, Tans. Chanel, I'm so glad to see you again, too. I appreciate my regulars and I appreciate newcomers, absolutely. But my regulars are like golden, man. Bree, and I'm not afraid to work with a woman. Not at all, especially if she's doing work. It was the morning sun coming up, and it just glinted off the ocean. So awesome. All those skyscrapers and the steep mountains of Hong Kong coming into Hong Kong Island. I'm glad I had the experience. Shauna, thank you. I appreciate that. Mary, I talk about all of y'all. Where have you been, Mary Elizabeth? Mary Elizabeth is in a band, I think. SpongeBob. Were you in here under that name? 80 hours a week. You do not need to buy me a shirt It's getting warm in Augusta, and you know Michael's going to just light it up. I like to gaslight trolls. That's my second job. I did not realize you were the SpongeBob that came into the room. You gotta be cooler, gotta be wiser, the more you know. So, how did I attract all these women onto my channel? My previous channel never did that. And I don't try to make that happen. How did I get blessed with all these pretty women and still no girlfriend? What's up with that? Oh, Bree, I love it. You know, people say you shouldn't talk about the trolls. Yes, I should. Maybe you shouldn't, but I do because we need to face the morons with confidence. If we pretend like they're not there, it bothers them because then they're going to keep it up. Mary, who's blind? That's right, just a friend. Bridge, thank you. You know, I got my problems. I do. I've got my sin. I'm very honest about that. I don't know what it is. When I wake up in the morning, I've got the roaring hornies every morning. I don't need Viagra. I need down boy. I mean, it's ridiculous. 60 years old, you think that libido, and no. I wake up in the morning and I got a rocket between my legs, and it's stupid. It's like, God, I don't even have a girlfriend. Why do I got to suffer this sexual insanity? And then by the evening, I feel more godly. What a crazy bunch of mess. Tara's going, wow. Sorry, Tara. I'm not trying to be crude. We just tell it like it is. Stop. Tans, you're awesome. You guys got to hear Tan's voice. She leaves me little voicemails on Discord. Her British accent is just awesome. Okay, Michael, I better let you crack on. Her little British language is so awesome. I'm starting to grab onto some of that. She'll rub off on me in no time. She's got a suitor, though. She is engaged. But Tans is an encouragement. Ida, too. Ida left me a glorious message. I posted it today. And Tans, you're right. She really does write some beautiful stuff. I value you guys. People hear me talk about women, they think I don't respect women. Yes, I do. Yes, I very much do. Not all of them. Posh. It's not the posh, it's just the British accent is simply delightful and marvelous. Bridges kills me with the way she says things. Oh, I blast these little teasers on the internet. I get so tired of all that. All right, I need to write that down, Bree. I don't want to talk to everybody. I can't keep up with all of that. Gotta go vote tomorrow and vote out all these Augusta clowns. These crappy mayor, crappy commissioners. What is it? Beetlejuice. Oh, Beetlejuice. Have you ever had a cup of Beetlejuice? No, what is that? I don't know. I reckon we're going to try it today. I have to write Brie on here. I'll be like, Beetlejuice, who's that? Brie. There was a girl on the bus when I rode the sped bus. Her name was Brie. And she would get on every day. Hi. She was special needs and she was so cute. I'd always say, Brie. And she'd always go. I loved working with the special needs kids. They were a joy. That's right, Chanel. And thank you. Bridge, I'll do that. I'll screenshot Tanz's Discord and send it to you. That's right, Molly. See, Molly and I don't see eye to eye, but no, Molly knows one thing. I don't hate her. I've even gotten pissed at Colette a few times in the past, but I finally made her a moderator and she's become a dang good friend. You know, it's okay to disagree. It's okay to be unique. And America needs to learn that because they're not doing a good job. People, oh, if you're not this, the hatred and the separatism and well, if you're not just like me, I'm going to take my ball and go home. Well, take your ball, go home, child. You know, we got to find a way. We got to find a way to bridge the gap. Or should we say gap the bridge? I would never do that, Bridge. I've told people if they want to donate, cash tag Pacific Ocean Asia 77. But I don't sell memberships. I'm tired of it. You got these channel artists, I'd listen to some of them, and now they got memberships and they're rolling in the dough. And I'm like, why are people paying these people enough to make a full-time living on this? Do I got to have 300,000 subs? It's crazy. No, I got to go to work. But you know, in that, there's an object lesson. And God uses my life to be an encouragement to you guys because we all go through the stuff. You know, it'd be easy to talk about stuff when I've got the posh life. Oh, I make $100,000 a month on YouTube. You know, that's just going to bother people. People waste their money on the toilet seat guy and the ooh-woo channel and the girl that looks like she fell into a tackle box. I'm still waiting for a woman because I've seen them covered in tattoos and I'm waiting for one to have spider webs under her armpits. I'm waiting for that one. Or spider webs in between hair. Really? Bridge, that's crazy. I would never ask any of you to give me money. That's not right. Because number one, God's taking care of my needs. Yeah, I wish I earned more an hour, but guess what? I overheard clown in the receiving department say to the supervisor, it was really hard for a single guy to make it today. I went in his office. I said, what he said is true, but God has blessed me. I make it because, and he looked at me and says, you know why you make it? You don't have addictions like we do. You don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't do pot, you don't play scratch tickets. I said, exactly. And I stay out of debt. And I haven't dated. I'm sorry, ladies, but dating is expensive, especially if they all expect us to pay for everything all the time. Bridge has the biggest heart, and that's a fact. Chanel. Dana. That's funny. That's right, Tans. But I would love to drink tea with Tans. I would love to meet up with Bridge and do a live. Her boyfriend probably wouldn't want to get on YouTube, but I'd still love to do a live with Bridge. I like to do a live with all of you. I wish the channel made enough money so I could quit, move further north, and travel and show up. Today we're with Mob Rules and Nene. Did you whip? Did you Nene? Did you whip? Whip? Did you Nene? And now we're here and seeing Nene. I would love that. But look, Bridge, it's coming back. That mane and tail is good stuff. That mane and tail is good stuff. Guy in the shop come up and said, Mike, you need a haircut. It's over yours. I said, dude, it's Augusta. When I mow my yard, I don't want these getting burned. They're earmuffs. Leave them alone. And when it's cold, earmuffs. Hair ties, not yet. It's going to take me a while to get it to grow. I really want to past the neck because that's where the burning. I want it down past my collar. I wish I could just like push a switch and it's all the way down to my butt. I would love that. Wake up in the morning and I'm all tangled up in hair. But I noticed something. When I sweep now, there isn't hair all over the house. When Tina was here, and to me, I joked. I said, look at all the hair you're leaving. She goes, Michael, that ain't my hair. Yours is longer than mine. Oh, I did ponytails. That's right, Taz. Oh, no. One thing I will not do is a man bun. Somebody was suggesting a man bun. I said, no man bun. We are not doing a man bun. I was dating, the last woman I dated was in 2018 in Denver, an African American. She's very pretty. You need to do a man bun. I said, stop. Why? You'd look good in a man bun. I said, man buns are gay. She got so mad at me. How about when I made love with a woman in Hong Kong and her hair was all spilling in my face? I'm going like this. I loved her hair. And she'd laugh. Michael, my hair keeps falling all over your face. I said, I love your hair, but I don't like tasting it. You know what I should do? When it grows really long, I should do the chopsticks. That'll get everybody all over the internet. What the heck is he doing? Dana, thank you for coming. I hope you'll come back. Good to see you in here. Sometimes I do the rants in the morning without the live chat so I can go thunder. I do the live chat so we can let our hair down and be real. Hi, Tina. Thank you, Dana. You have a good evening and be safe. Good night. Sleep well. His beard is bananas. Pond, I forgot to notify you. Please forgive me. Right after I got on, I thought, dang it, I didn't tell her. I was just right there. I'm sorry I didn't tell you when I was going live. Look at this. Y'all got to see this. Look at this. Pond sent me a cute picture outside her place. She lives in Pennsylvania. Look at her. Cute thing. And some clown come in here and say she's 14. I'm like, nah, excuse me. She's not 14. On the collab I did with you, Pond, somebody put on there, she looks underage. I said, dude, seriously, 35. Little cutie patootie. Just a friend, you're absolutely right. Did you hear my live this morning? I was talking about the workplace and how I feel that America is just a mental institution. I believe we have more dysfunction here than most places in the world. I lived in Hong Kong. They got their problems. But I'll tell you what, it was safer. I don't know, Jaden, they'd do it. As if I'm going to be flashing around a 14-year-old's picture on the internet. That'd be good. Oh, did you see it, Chanel? Good, thank you. Pond is very cool. Thank you, Just a Friend. You know what? I talk about it the way it is because it resonates with all of us. We all know those coworkers who get away with everything and they're crappy. I work my butt off, and I will. If I had a video, if I had a GoPro cam, you'd see it. Let me put it to you this way: when I worked at transportation, the black foreman who was my boss, he said, "I get tired just watching Mike." He said, "He get in that bus." He said, "I can't even get up in there, and it's sweaty, and Mike's in there tearing 25 seats out down to the frame and dripping sweat, and he won't stop." And I get up in there, and I'm like, how the heck are you surviving in here? I said, it's got to be done. Oh, they're hurting now. The seats aren't getting done. People are calling and telling me, Mike. I said, well, they play stupid games and win stupid prizes. Well, thank you, Bridge. But I do feel the aging setting in. I don't want to do this crap forever. I'm getting older, and it's like air conditioning in my own office sounds kind of nice. Thank you for calling. Dial a counselor. How may I direct your call? I'm looking over a four-leaf clover I picked the other day. Superiority complex. Oh, yes, they exist. Well, Bridge, thank you for the compliment. I do respect and appreciate that. I don't even want a desk job. I want to work in a studio. Live from Studio B, Michael Nelson. Then we play circus music. Dun 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 dun. Here come the clowns, folks. Dad bod. Dad bod. Pond, I think it'd be awesome. And Pond would be on the broadcast. Y'all need to see Pond's videos. She's got some interesting stuff. You can see the collab one I did with her, and then you can find her channel that way. Bridge, that was fun. Melissa did that. She's a watcher, and she said, "Have you ever heard the streak?" I said, "No, I'll have to try it." And I typed it in YouTube. I said, "Oh my gosh, that's funny." So I listened to it for a minute, and I just did that cute little thing. And what? 1,400 views like that. See, you can do good on shorts. It's harder when you're a guy, because if I was a woman wearing this, oh, I'd have 37,000 views, 90,000 likes, just because I'm a woman. But as a guy, no. Recorder out of my nose and mouth at the same time. No, we'll start a band and we'll all wear Burger King hats. Crowns. Tiptoe through the tulips. Uh-oh. Pond got rid of her Lucifer tattoo on her breast, and she got a nice dinosaur. That's so cute. I'm glad she got rid of Lucifer. Tara, that's not true. That is actually not true. When I started, I didn't wear this stuff. No. Sometimes when I'm dressed this way and I'm talking seriously passionate, people come on here and go, "What the heck? Whoa, what's he talking? Oh my gosh, he's speaking the truth." Thank you, Bridge. Pasties. You play the saxophone? Now that's cool. I was downtown Augusta one night, and there was a black man with a saxophone. Right when I got up to him, he started playing. Da-da, 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 da-da. I stopped. I opened my wallet, and I said, "Dude, I got to give you money for that. That was freaking beautiful." And I even had him on the phone. He's on one of my short. No, that was Facebook. Dang, I wish I had him on here. That guy was freaking awesome. He might be deep in my shorts. I think I even there was a cover band playing Dire Straits Sultan Swing downtown. I'm like, man, they sound pretty good. I'm not on Facebook anymore. They booted me off for some infraction again. I don't know what it was. I said, you know what? Bye, Felicia. I don't need to support Zuckerberg anyway. That was a year ago, and I just shut it down. I enjoyed the channel more than anything else. I mean, I really don't need to post a picture of my dinner for everybody to see. That's all it is anymore. Pond, you're awesome. Have to believe we are magic. Nothing can stand in our way. Wah, wah, wah. Man, loved that music. A place where nobody dares to go. The love that we came to know, they call it Xanadu. That with ELO was hot. That was hot. Oh, I wish we could all do a musical. I wish we could get on the New York subway with all these thugs acting up, all the fans, and we start singing and walk down, and somebody starts an attitude, and Bridge go, "You got a problem?" And we all close in around the guy and say, I saw a video once where some black guy was screaming at some woman for no reason. A white guy saw his pants sag, came up behind him and went, pants, underwear went straight to the floor. Everybody started laughing. He stood there shocked, pulled his pants up, and walked away. I said, that was freaking beautiful. I want supernatural power to go into all these hoods and say, today the BS is going to stop. Oh, what do you think you're going to do? Come near and watch. Come closer and levitate them up about 1,000 feet and say, when you decide to get your stuff together, let me know. Till then, I'm going to leave you there for the night. I think it's supposed to rain and lightning. Be careful. I would love to have supernatural power. That troll of 11 years, he'd be flying from a mast on the tallest skyscraper for 24 hours. Stuck there. You afraid of heights? Flapping like a flag. I won't let him hurt himself. She's a sweetie. You should get to know her. She's a trip. Pond. Pond, can I tell everybody how you got your name? Now, Pond's is some stuff I'm not into. She went to Burning Man in Vegas, which that's not something I would go to, but she told me that she was swimming naked in was it a lake, and her friend just started calling her Pond. She's swimming naked in a lake. Oh, I thought you went to Burning Man in Vegas. My bad. No shrooms, Bridge. Come on now. Absolutely, Chanel. And these cars that go down the street with all that. Bud, your stereo's not going to work no more. I would use supernatural power not to harm, but to stop problems. What's Colleen Pond? Colleen, what is that? Yeah, we could look at shapes of clouds and say, look, an elephant. Somebody asked me the other day at work, do you know where the ladder is? I said, no, but I think we could get a giraffe. Just hug his neck and have him straighten up. He looked at me, Mike. I said, is that weird to you? These primates are tall enough. The giraffe would be fun. Grab his neck, he could hold me up, and I just pulled apart and come down. We need giraffes in here. Save the environment. Buy a giraffe. I think giraffes are cool. They're like the most nonviolent animal. Now, Hall & Oates, I could handle that. Oh, I do most anything that you want me to, but I can't go for that. No, no can do. Rev Nation, I tell you what, when I look at males that are 60, the twerp that I'm working with at work that's a twerp is 53, 6 years, 7 years, 6 years. I think he turned 54. All gray. He doesn't have the stamina or nothing, and he thinks he's better than everybody else. I'm like, dude, I don't know what Kool-Aid you drank, but it's a lie. No, Bridge. No. You can't leave before me. That is not okay. What would you do if we were all right here in chat and suddenly the trumpet sounded and we're just, I could just see it now. Mike, when are you going to go live again? Are you serious? Look who's over there. Mike, is that Jesus? Yeah. So you're not going live. We're live. We're here. No more discussion by me. We're here. I'm going to go walk around. I want to see this new earth. I want to follow the river of life. I want to eat the fruit off the trees. I got some hiking to do forever. Never, Chance. Dye ruins your hair, by the way. Nope, it's all natural. Look. It's real. Do I have a pimple? The North Star. Remember that commercial? The Stridex pads. I don't know if they were worked, but they smell good. Bridge, you got to reword that. A natural ASS man? No, I'm a natural breast man. I got a dumb question. Is it auto-correcting when they write tans to dance? Everybody's calling you dance. And I did that one day and it tried to correct it to dance. Is that what's happening to you guys? I need to know how to turn off the spell check. Girls, yes. Oh, Scooter. Lord, we pray for Scooter's dad in the hospital. Don't know what's going on, but pray for the father that you would heal him, that you'd be with him during this time, and pray, God, that you would touch him. Give the doctors the skill necessary to help him heal. We pray for Scooter, God, that you'd put your hand on Scooter and bring peace in the situation. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Wow, that's not easy. Bridge, you crack me up. Piggybacking. I could still give a light woman a piggyback ride. And I'd love to do it at 60, right in the middle of the public, and have them go, "What in the world?" And smile and say, "Yeah, I'm 60. What? Yeah, a big kid at heart. Come on, Bree, come on, get on my back. I'll give you a piggyback ride." Ooh, Scooter. Sounds like you got a good case there. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, yeah. Well, most of the women I've dated, I can pick them up, and I could still do it. Now, if she's 300 pounds, that's out. I can't carry her over the threshold. No problem, Scooter. Hang in there. Are you going to go down and hang out, or are you in there now? That's Pond. She's in the room, I think. She's one of my viewers and one of the ladies that we chat. She's up in beautiful Pennsylvania. Man, you had a nice video of some thunderstorm going on up there. That was cool. I did a live the other morning yesterday with some thunder, and I started singing, "Thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. Women, they will come and they will go. Oh, oh. Pond! You're still here. Who's telling me to shut up? You don't like my singing? Come on, man. I'm singing because I like singing. Yes, Tans. Look around. Be a part. Take time to make time to be there. And I love you, babe. You're not like the rest. You're there when I need you, be there when I need. I'm gonna need you. Little River Band, man, lady, one of my favorites. Australia had some dang good music down under. Men at Work, Little River Band, the best. Long time ago, I had a lady to love. You smell a power trip? The only power trip is you. I'm just the man I'm supposed to be. You telling me to shut up? Give me a break. What's Tara Person? What is this all about? Bye. I agree. It's time. First, I thought she was joking, but you're going to come onto my channel like being invited to my living room and tell me to shut up. Get off my couch. Get out. Don't let the door hit you on the buns. Ugh. Dancing with myself. Oh. There's always one in the bunch. Who pissed in Tara's Cheerios? Anybody? Right on, Scooter. Chanel. Hey, Bridge, I was talking to Pond about the station fire. That was in Rhode Island, wasn't it? The station fire way back? That was awful. Awful. What a plonker. What's a plonker, Towns? I love that. Yeah, first I thought, we got some feisty woman in here. Power tripping. You know, you guys aren't here with a gun to your head. You guys are here willingly. And somebody going to just come in here and be a skid mark on the toilet. Little River Band was awesome. I thought it was in Warwick. That's why I asked. I thought it was in Warwick. It was. And what was stupid was it Great White was the band, and they thought, and the owner of the pyrotechnics on a low ceiling. I mean, what were they thinking? What were they thinking? Crap ball. Splatter everywhere. Brown spots on the wall by Who Flung Poo. Have you seen that new book? Pond. Yep, that's right. I'm glad she didn't go there. And you know, wow, Jaden, that's sad. And you know what's sad? The place was packed. The back doors were, I don't know if they were blocked. There was snow on the ground, but they all tried to get out the front door. And they all tried to squeeze through the neck of a bottle, and they panicked and freaked and got stuck, and it's awful. There was lawsuits and all kinds of problems. Yeah, it was awful. And then I remember out west, the radio DJs thought they were being cute and said more like the fire station. But, you know, there's too much human error there that could have been avoided. You guys know there's a ceiling and you got fireworks shooting. And the people still, I was watching the video. The ceiling is on fire. I can see it, and people are standing there going, yeah, thinking it's part of the show. Dude, the building's burning. Get out. I mean, they were just lulled by this. What were they thinking? And the same thing happened this winter in Switzerland. Did you see that? The guys carrying chips with the wine bottles with the sparklers in them. Did you see that? And set the chalet on fire. Same thing. Same thing. I don't remember how many deaths, but it was ugly. Yeah, absolutely, Jaden. Especially when they're liquored up. Bad deal. Can't do crowds. Like a bridge over troubled waters, I will lay me down. Who sang that? The station or the one in Switzerland? That's right, Bree. Simon and Garfunkel, that right. Yeah, the station. How many were killed in the Switzerland one this last year? That was terrible. And the owners split and went to France. Woo, people were very upset. I don't remember that song. Oh, they're wearing out on the shorts now. That piece of music was it Simon and Garfunkel. It's the sound of silence. The original version is better than the modern. That reminds me of an era. Yes, Paul Simon, that's right. Pond, are you still in here or did you sneak out on me? Is he right behind me? Yes. See, Pond, it's a love fest, man. Meow. Drop off the key, Lee. Don't forget about me. Remember Kodachrome? That I remember very little. When I remember all the crap I've learned in high school. Oh my gosh, is that funny? Killing me softly with his words. She died last year. She was a legend, Roberta Flack. She immortalized the song. Oh, you ought to see a head of hair when she unfurls it. She's got a head of hair on her, that Pond. I like her little things hanging. It's so cute. But when she pulls that hair down, man, Pond is just cool people. She got a boyfriend, but she's a good egg. She she when she laughs, she cracks me up. Oh my gosh. Pond, am I allowed to share with these guys what I said about you that made your dad laugh and your counselor laugh? Am I allowed to? Oh, well, that's good, Tans. Garth, let me tell you something. This channel isn't for kids. Don't throw them out. Don't throw them out, Bridge. I'm going to deal with this, Garth. You know, I drove school buses for nearly 20 years in 4 states, and no, I didn't dress like this. And I live alone in my house, and I don't have kids in my house or hang out with kids. So you can take your little garbage and stick it where the sun don't shine. Because I have outstanding references from school districts, running a shelter home for troubled youth. No, I'm not, Garth. And who are you? Are you Mr. Drescher? Are you playing another lying game? Joined 24 minutes ago. Yep, here you go. Took another person's picture. Welcome to Andrew's BS. Let's post a picture of this flabby clown who thinks he's God's gift to society. Where's his lovely? Let's show that beautiful bean footage. There you are, Garth. Show everybody you and all your cosplay glory. There you go, buddy. There you go. That's you, buddy. The troll of 11 years. It continually comes to this channel. And if you're not him, why would you come on my channel and say that? You know, that takes a lot of guts behind a keyboard and a phone, dude. You don't know who I am. You don't know a thing about me. Why don't you listen to my rants? I'm deeper than you'll ever get, pal. 60 years old, no die, solid muscle, remodel my house, work full time, and you want to come on here and say rude stuff. Pretty ballsy. Pretty ballsy. Yeah, he's a urethra catfish. These trolls are just amazing. Absolutely, Annie. And how are you? Well, I'm not as good as I'd like to be. I wish I had the whole Bible inside my head. Oh, Bozo, how old are you, Garth? Calling me Bozo. Oh, Bozo the clown. Little boy, how old are you? What do you do for a living? Talk to us, big boy. Flex your muscles on the internet, man. Run your mouth. Look, Dave's asking you to troll him. Annie, thank you for that. Garth, is that even your real picture? Did you steal out of the hair salon's magazine for clips? Oh, that's worth more than money? Oh, really? Do you even have a job or do you live in mama's basement? And who said, did you know this is a man's shirt, dum-dum? Yeah, it's the bottom of the t-shirt I cut off and tied it into a tail. See that? It's called being innovative. Call me Mowgli, a Jungle Book. These guys, there's nothing they can say that is original. Nothing. Oh, I'm an executive and you're stuck in a chat room. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I've never met an executive come on my channel once, so I know that's a lie. Do you run a manure factory? Because I smell BS. Lots of it. Sounds like you need salvation, buddy. It's called personal expression. Bottom feeder. Because all the CEOs congregate here. Oh, I went insane. I'm perfectly at peace with myself. You're the trilobite that came in here thinking you're gonna blow me down with some stupid comment. I love taking you on. I mean, you didn't tell us where you work. Do you have kids? Do you have a wife? I mean, what do you do for a living? You live in your mama's basement? You said you're executive. That's bull. I think I think this is your where is it? I think this is your girlfriend. There you go. McGarth, man. McGarth's girl. Can I tell you something? I stand before God, not you. And he's going to have a serious conversation about your sins. Let me ask you, you ever lust? You ever lust? Hi, Bluegrass, how are you? Ah, the silence. I don't have many sins. I'm a walking receptacle of sin. Look at the self-righteousness, because I'm wearing a piece of fabric. A walking receptacle. You know what, Garth? You are a clown. Garth is an idiot. He probably doesn't know Jesus at all. He's just being self-righteous. You know what? The thing is, I already know when I stand before God, there's going to be a lot of wood, hay, and stubble on my foundation. But I promise you this: anybody who comes in a spirit like Garth does, there's going to be a lot of wood, hay, and stubble on his too. At least I tell the truth. We do, Bluegrass. You want me to escort him out, or do you want to escort him out? Oh, it was raining. It was raining. A mental pygmy. I like that. Oh, I'm a hypocrite. Jesus, the Bible never calls saints hypocrites. Did you know that? The Apostle Paul never. Look at what they did in Corinth, clown. Getting drunk at the Lord's Supper. A man was boasting that he had his father's wife. Paul never referred to the saints as hypocrites. The only time Jesus used the words was to the religious Pharisees who denied that Jesus was God. So you don't know the Bible at all, and you've just been booted out of the room. You're a clown. You're a clown. God's still working on me, and he clearly has a lot of work to do on you as well. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Oh, Bridge beat us to it. Thank you, Bridge. The self-righteousness. He obviously is unaware of that thing called pride. Look at this ugly thing behind me, man. That's what McGarth looks like. I really get my butt chapped when people think that they're doing a service for God by being rude and hateful. There's no love in that. He doesn't care about me. He's just coming on here to go, ugh. I mean, that's so stupid. A Pharisee spirit. That's right, Towns. Bluegrass, is that awesome? Look at the stupid hat. Sheesh. It was busy, Russell. Where did Pond go? Pond. And there she is. Bluegrass, that's it. Friday night, he's depressed and he wants to come in to chat. I remember that on Yahoo. Friday nights were the worst. The chatters would come in looking to just go at it. And so I would egg it on. I'd go in the chat room. I'd say, Oh, it's the Friday night fights. Who's going to throw the first punches today? Oh, shut up, Pacific. Oh, I said you're going to throw them at me. And then to start arguing with each other was so funny. And then we'd all start throwing comments. Uh-oh, somebody got off of their meds. Who got off of their meds? Oh, we used to have so much fun in CC13 on Yahoo. There was a mental institution. I loved it because people got, and there were some cool people in there, but there were these usuals. Guy like Toasted Oat, Little Innocent Gurr, Cracks, 10 Drums, they would all go at it in there. One day I came home, turned on chat on my laptop, and they were fighting on the mic, and I thought, okay. I set my laptop on the bathroom sink in Spokane at my apartment. I hit the mic lock as soon as I heard a break, hit mic lock, unzipped my pants, and whizzed in the toilet. Flushed. They heard it all. And Cracks, oh my gosh, Pacific, did you really just whiz in the toilet? That was funny. Oh my gosh, that was funny. I said, it stopped the arguing, didn't it? No, I was not on camera. I missed the chat. It was so fun. But trolls, man, they just showed up. Prince Charles. That's funny. I think people are admiring you, Pond. Look at that. I guess I'll just move myself. Oh, Tans. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Always pray for Tans. She does have troubles with sleep. Tans, thank you for coming in. It's always a pleasure to have you. Always. I'm actually going to knock off. The early bird gets the worm, and I don't know what worms I'm going to get tomorrow. I got to vote, got to hit the store, go vote. Supposed to be weather tomorrow. No mowing, no outdoor work. Hello, Joe King. How are you? Hey, Murtak, thanks for coming in. Or Mertz from the Azores Island. That's awesome. Text me first, Mr. Russell, because sometimes I'm busy. I always tell people, text me. I could be on a live, and if it goes voicemail, it just screws it up. Apple cannot handle voicemail in a live feed. It's just not that advanced. And yes, I said that. Excuse me. I know you do, Tans. I think it'd be funny if we had a convention. People from near and far. Gutfeld has some good stuff. Another one that's good is Sky News Australia and Lefties Losing It. Oh my gosh, those ladies are funny. Candace Owens is getting sued, which I think is awesome. She is making up too much stuff about Erica and others, and people are tired of it. A lawsuit has been taken out against her. Not sure who, but she's going to get her butt in a sling. She's a grifter, and they should. She's become a millionaire, and she's running her mouth, and you can't do that. Really? 4 kittens in the garage? That's cute. She did, Bridge. I used to respect her. What's Luke 15? Mertz, thanks for coming in. Who they cut you off? Who cut you off, Bruce? Nobody from here cut you off, did they? You know, sometimes I wonder about that. You know, I think of like a octopus in a jukebox. And the octopus picks up this, plays it, pulls this one off. Are the algorithms doing that? They just pull somebody out. Once in a while, I'll be doing a live and I've got full bars, full internet, and then suddenly the thing spins. I'm like, what is going on? And I'm like, YouTube messing with the stream. Yeah, and I'm wondering if they do that, Bluegrass. Got you, Jim. Candace Owens was a conservative. She's been saying things about Israel that are out of line. She blames Netanyahu for Charlie Kirk's death. She's foolish because Tyler Robinson has admitted to shooting him. What does Netanyahu have to do with a disturbed boy that's got fallen in love with another boy who thinks she's a girl or he's a girl? Tell you, our world is getting weird. That's Pond. That's the one who's talking to you in the stream. Ain't she cute? Hey, Mama, I brought me home a girlfriend, Mama. Well, who'd you bring? Pond. Pond? Oh, the frogs live in the pond? Yeah, Mama, but this one's a cutie. It's called having no conscience. Bruce, I'm not perfect. Trust me, I get mad at stuff. But God's still working on me. Folks, I better go get my beauty rest. Nobody can rub my back or tuck me in. Nobody can kiss me on the cheek. Nobody gonna give me a cheeseburger and tell me I'm pretty. That's Bridges' famous statement. I love it. Just tell me I'm pretty and give me a cheeseburger. Bridge, I know you would. You're awesome straight up. Thank you, Tans, for yours. And thank you, Bruce. I appreciate all of you for being here. You guys have a good night. Sleep well. They're talking rain all day in Augusta tomorrow. I'm glad because I'm looking ahead at the week, and if the weather doesn't change, we're going to have unseasonably cool this week. I'm glad because May, the last couple go rounds, has been awful. The AC's running full blast. The longer we can go through May with cool weather, I'm like, that's an extra month free without the heat. All right, you guys, take care. Good to see everybody. God bless.